Hi, everyone. Welcome to Date My Friend with Taylor P. Miller, where every episode I interview one of my amazing single friends, and you can fill out a Google form in our bio to try and take one of these lovely man, woman, they on a date. And today we have a very good friend of mine, Katherine Ellis.
Hi.
Hello. You can see her all over the internet. She takes TikTok and Instagram by storm. You can check out her new digital series in collaboration with KCRW. And she's my very good friend. We used to work at a front desk together for 8 hours a day, just almost getting fired for making each other laugh too much, I think is the only way
to describe
what we did. Yeah.
First of all, how'd you get a sticker that says, "What would Taylor do"? Did you get that custom made?
No, it's a Taylor Swift pack. The kids
You
in my class
probably
got
have
it for me for my birthday.
Okay. You probably could do a lot. You probably have a lot of merch that you can give.
There's a lot of merch available.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool.
So welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Of
I'm
course.
so excited to
I
do
miss
this.
you. I feel like this is basically what we did all day. Just background for everyone. We literally...
My dog just jumped on his lap. I'm sorry, she loves
Wait, do you
men.
like dogs?
Okay, thank you for liking them. Sorry. She really likes men, and it's really...
She feels at home.
I know. God, she's a little slut. Her name is River. Oh, licking the face.
We got to
already.
get a shot with her at the end or in the middle, whenever.
She's great. Okay.
For reference, we sat together for about 8 hours a day with nothing to do but answer a phone. So we pretty much just yapped.
It was not good because we were in close proximity to a bunch of people's offices who were doing they just had high
We got
volume
called
calls.
into HR, me twice. How many times did you?
I don't know. I mean, for that.
Should I say?
No, we're not going to say where it was.
No, not where, but what.
What do you mean, what?
Remember why I got called into HR? What I said?
Oh, yeah.
We were ranking. Neither of us worked there anymore.
Just say it, but you can't say their name.
Oh, of course. Well, we were ranking which partners at the company we would hook up with.
You were. You asked me that, and I was like, none of them.
And then I said I would blow one of them.
Oh, my God.
And then I got called in HR. That was the most awkward meeting ever.
Somebody heard us?
Yeah.
Oh,
you remember
God.
who it was? I could whisper it.
The person who used to close their door when they heard us talking?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Oh, my God. That's terrible.
Yeah, no, that meeting was one of the most awkward of my life. I sat down
Did
and
they say said you were going to blow them?
Yes.
HR said,
yes.
We heard verbatim, you're going to blow a partner.
Yes, and I could tell she was trying not to laugh because I was obviously joking because it was a very old man that I said it about.
Yeah.
And I was joking.
It was I do remember who it was.
So I sit down on her couch and I had no idea why I was there because I didn't think anyone heard me.
Yeah.
And I sit down and she's like, "Do you know why you're here?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, she checked her notes. She was like,
She's like, I don't want to read this.
She was like, "You said you would perform oral sex."
You're like, "No, I didn't actually. I said I would blow."
I said blow. Yeah, actually, it was blow.
What if you had done?
Perform
Corrected
oral
her.
sex.
I didn't say that. I would never say it like that. I said blow.
That's what I should have said.
I said give dome. I would never say perform oral sex.
And she goes, "We know you were joking and that this is extremely out of character as something you would say at work." And
You're
I was like, "Oh,
no,
yeah, it's super. First time I've ever said
I
something
would
inappropriate."
Never, yeah, that's really not in character.
Now I'm a teacher, so, there's no one that I could say that about, except the dads are hot.
Yeah.
But I don't say it when parents are around
Mm-hmm.
that I know
That makes
of.
sense. Yeah.
So
what do you want to ask me about on this podcast?
yeah,
I'm
so
curious.
this is a podcast where I'm just trying to get people to date my cool friends. So you're
okay,
single.
Great. Mm-hmm.
And are you on the dating apps?
No.
Okay.
No,
Taking
not
a break
anymore.
or never been?
Taking a break. Don't think I'll go back. To be honest. It's
Okay.
not
They're tough.
They're tough. It hasn't served me well. I'll be honest. I did the last person I was sort of seeing, which just kind of fizzled out in a very confusing way.
Ghosted?
A little. It's not that.
A mutual ghost.
It's not that he has ghosted me. It's like he's ghosted the situation. It's weird. It's like he's still
I think that just happened to me.
around, but not facing any sort of real conversation. It's a very bizarre situation, but I have deleted the app that I met that person on, and I don't have any apps. And I really don't think that I'll be doing it again.
It's really, I think it gets worse. I don't know if it's getting worse with age. Like, I don't know if it's like the older you get.
Wait, how old are you?
30.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like the older you get, the more slim pickings, or alternative theory that is a big conspiracy theory. I think the apps are purposely matching you with people you won't like, so you stay on the apps so that they can make more money off you.
That is a big conspiracy theory, except they do.
Have you ever paid for it?
Yes.
Okay, me too. And it's way better when you pay for it. Like, I feel like the second I pay for it, I go on.
I used one that you have to pay for.
Okay.
In general.
Was it Raya?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a monthly membership.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't get on Raya.
Why are you? Have you been banned? Somebody sent bad recommendations about you.
I don't know. I think I applied a few years ago when I wasn't as cute and didn't have as good of a job. And you can never update your application. I applied 4 years ago. I'm like, honey, I'm blonde now.
Honey, I'm blonde and I'm skinny now, babe. Let me on, babe.
I'm like, can I please submit a new picture?
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, it doesn't matter. I'll be honest. It's not.
People have told me it's their least favorite app who are on it. They might just be saying that to make me feel better.
No, it was my least favorite. I think people don't talk as much on it as they do.
I'm on one like that. It's called Locks Club.
Is that about Jewishness?
Yeah. It's Raya for Jews. I've got on 2 dates.
Locks Club.
Yeah, like the fish.
Like the fish. No, I understand. Okay, you got on it what?
I got on it. I've been on like 3 dates from it. Mm-hmm. One where I met my ex who ruined my life.
Oh, the cuckoo one.
Yeah.
You told me about this.
Yeah. And then River Chillin'. And then a couple others, but it's same. Like, you only get like 5 people every few hours.
That's what I just like.
No one lives in LA.
Oh. Yeah,
they match you with people. It's because they don't have enough matches. Because it's like Raya exclusive, but also Jewish, which there's only 16 million of us in the world. So it's like.
That's really, it's really
It's
tiny.
really a small pool.
Wow. Okay, well, yeah. That's what I just don't. You know what? I really have conceded to being alone. Like, I am.
You have River.
I don't. Yeah, I have River. That's what I'm saying. River is my boyfriend. Sometimes you know that song that's like, Karma is my, which I hate to say it, is a Taylor Swift song. Karma is my boyfriend. I always sing, River is my boyfriend. River is my dog. River is, I think that's.
When did you decide to get a dog? Maybe it's time for me.
COVID, 2020.
Okay.
But it wasn't because I was lonely for a man. It was,
because you were lonely for the whole world.
Yeah, I was lonely for the whole world. No, but I really have. I've come to this point in my life where I'm like, I love being. I mean, I am good at being alone now. Like, I
thought I would never get there.
And I took 8 months off of dating completely. I didn't even touch the finger of a man for 8 months. And I will say, honest to God, the first like 5, maybe 4 or 5 months was hard. Like, I don't remember a time in my life where I wasn't like crushing on someone or interested, being like, oh, I have to be with someone because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to like be in a relationship or have a crush on someone or be always looking to date, because that's one of the questions people ask you. And then I was like,
it's a conversation.
Don't need to be I'm just gonna see and for the first few months I was like, this is boring. Like, what am I supposed to do with my life?
Wait, I literally just said to my friend, my life is so boring right now. I'm so at peace.
Yeah. No, I felt really peaceful. And then, by the way, my career started doing well. Like, not that I'm doing great, but it started doing better than it ever has.
You are doing great, by the way.
I wouldn't say that at all, but I would say that it's doing better than it has ever before.
Yeah.
And that I really do attribute it to me being like, I'm just so happy and content. My life is really full without another person. So the thought of adding a person, it would have to simply add value and not stress and not anxiety to be worth.
Literally every single thing you're saying are things that I've said to my friends in the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
Like, I've said, I'm so at peace.
I don't believe you, but okay. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Call
copying.
them.
Okay.
Call
Copying
them.
my life value. Copying my life lessons. Trying to one
call
up
them.
me.
I literally said to my friend last night, I go, I think I don't feel that anxious. Like, I feel a little bit dead inside.
No, it's better. I mean, honestly, when I was just seeing this guy, I was like, I'm anxious and I'm upset and I don't 2 weeks ago I wasn't.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Um,
It seems like
It's-
when we meet the right person, though, they won't make
like
us feel that right.
celibacy is trending right now. Like, it's like cool to be celibate. I mean, it's like
I don't think I could.
Okay, well, I mean, you can always use a vibrator.
I know, but
I know. I
Not-
mean, it's not the same. But
it's not
still-
the same.
It does the trick. But I will say,
It holds you over. It's like when I'm cooking dinner and I'm really hungry, so I snack on some pickles, and like it just gets me to dinner. But like I couldn't only eat pickles.
you know what I recently had this thought for real was that I was like, I think that I could be in a relationship with a woman. I'm not interested in any kind of sexual relationship with a woman, but I could live with a woman and be in a relationship with her and then have sex with hot men that I don't care about. And that would be my...
Huh. My next question was going to be, what are you looking for? Are you looking for an emotional only lesbian lover?
Maybe. No, I don't think I am. I want somebody who's like a partner and into like real intimacy, but I'm just not. I don't feel the same way I used to about it, where I'm gonna be like any old.
You're not going to settle. And
I'm
this
not.
is
I would so much rather be alone.
exactly.
Yeah.
We did it. Oh my
Dude.
God, we're so much healthier than the
we
last
used
time
to
we hung
be.
out. We're growing up.
Listen, and don't get me wrong. I have moments where I'm like, oh, I should just be with this person because.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't want to be alone because I like being by myself, but I would like a partner ultimately.
Yeah.
I think that's part of being a human though. I think that's like
But I think
written into my
that's-
DNA.
I think that's when you find a good person, is when you're like, I don't need one. Like I want one,
Yeah.
and it will add.
And I thought that just happened and it didn't. So here we are back
No,
to
I ended things about 3 weeks ago with someone who was like, it was a situationship, and I knew what it was the whole time, which is what kept me mentally stable. Like, I was like, this will never be serious. And like, once I started to catch feelings, I was like, all right, I need to walk away because this is never going to be serious.
Did you walk away?
Well, I was
No.
like, I did.
It's
I
so
did.
hard to walk away.
No, I was like,
Sorry,
you know
I'm
what?
yelling into the mic.
I was like, I am going to wait for him to text me. Guess how many days it took? This is actually embarrassing.
5, 7. No! 2 weeks?
11.
Oh no!
And then he was just like, hey, what's up?
And you were like,
And I go-
you go, you're horny.
I said, I'm very proud of this. I said, I find your lack of effort off-putting.
That's really good. Wow, that's
My therapist wrote that.
I really,
Amy.
I find your off-putting.
I find your
That's really good.
Yeah, I said, I find your
I
lack
kinda
of
wanna
effort.
use that.
Take it.
Yeah.
Take it.
I
I mean,
find your
that's
lack of
universal.
off-putting.
I find your lack of effort off-putting.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm looking for a relationship right now, and clearly you aren't. And
Yeah.
I've had so much fun with you, and I really like you as a person. So if that changes on your end, let me know. But for now, I don't think this is right.
What did he say?
He said, that's such a bummer. I've had so much fun with you, but I think you're right. I don't want a relationship. And let's keep
And
the
guess
channels
what?
of communication
How old is this
open.
guy? How old is this? Ew.
35.
Sir, what are you looking for? This is what I can't.
He was in a
I'm
relationship for 10 years before me. Never proposed. Bought a house, didn't put her name on the deed. Charged her rent.
done. What?
I know. And he told me this like a couple dates in, and I said to him, I looked at him on our third, because I was like, can we talk about your ex of 10 years? Like, you guys are both 35. You've never gotten married. I'm really putting a shit on boss right now. But I'm like, you're 35. You've never gotten married. Can we talk about this? What happened? And he's like, yeah, she just like wasn't the one. And I go,
What
just
does
so you
that
know,
mean?
if you ever, I will not wait 10 years. Like, I am on like a 2-year,
How long did you
timeline.
guys see each other?
like 3 months, but we only saw each other once a week. So it wasn't that, it
So
was
you
never
saw each other,
serious.
like 4 times. No, you saw each other like
Like 10
10
times.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like he met all my friends and stuff. He was a yes man. It was really nice to have, because I do feel like we're at an age where like you need plus ones to things, which I didn't feel that way in my 20s, where it was like, oh, everyone here has a date.
Yeah.
So I was like going to these birthday parties and stuff, and it was so easy to just be like, want to come to this party with me?
Right.
And he was a great date. Like he could hang with all my friends, but I'm like, at the end of the day, like I need a little more than that.
Yeah,
I can't
'cause
just
then
be
you go home
I can't
and
just
it's
be eating
not-
pickles from
Yeah.
Monday to Friday.
Yeah. Well, that's terrible. I hate to. Look, I don't know. The guy I was just seeing is 38. And I'm like, what do you...
Are they waiting till they're like Biden's age?
Yeah. And I don't want to say too much, but he was married before. So I was like, oh, he's somebody who would be committed. But I think when I told him that I'm ultimately looking for a serious relationship, he was like, I feel a lot of pressure.
You're middle-aged. Like, is your hairline not putting that same pressure on you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's real interesting, isn't it? I don't know if it's the people out here or if it really is.
I think it's a little bit of both.
It is both because I'm also like been reading things lately that like, and I hate to say this and in front of this fine young gentleman here, but that men are terrible nowadays. It's just
no,
that,
they are.
It's just like it's said there's like studies that are being done that are just like men are falling behind in so many different ways compared to women, and it's always been sort of unevenly yoked in terms of emotional.
Oh yeah, if you come into my preschool class, you'll see it. The boys are all peeing their
which
pants.
Is fine. But I think like things like porn and social media and like whatever, everybody knows this. That's I just hit the table. That's like ruining their minds. But it's just, and I also think dating apps. I mean, again, also obviously. Yeah. It's just not. I don't know. I don't know if it like allows them to not. I don't need to take responsibility or grow up. And I'm not saying there's women or but I just have seen a lot of stuff where I'm just like. Wait, so are you on the apps?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What
just
do you
Hinge.
Use? Hinge, okay.
I'm on Bumble too, but I feel like Bumble's bots.
I've been on it when I lived in New York, but I haven't been on it since in years.
Yeah, mainly just Hinge. Right now, I actually have a double Hinge with my best friend.
A double Hinge?
Yeah, so it just says Taylor and Rachel at the top, and then it's all pictures of the two of us, and the prompts is like, moved out to LA with my best friend from high school. Take us on a double date with you and your hot friend.
I mean, aren't people going to
We're going to go...
It's a threesome?
I put in there no threesomes.
Oh, okay.
Only double dates.
Nice.
One person was like, you should rethink this, but,
Nice.
We're going on a double date. We're going to play pickleball.
Oh, fun. Still haven't tried.
Oh, it's fun. It's easy.
I know. It's just
you can come fifth wheel our double date.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you feel like you can think of a best first date you've ever been on, app or not app?
A best first date? I don't know. That's a good question. I think that, like, to me, a best first date is when I'm like, oh, I'm, like, really excited to see them again because that almost never happens.
Really?
I usually don't go past a first date.
I feel like the barometer for me is how much did I think about what we were talking about versus conversation flow. Like, a bad date is when I'm like, what should I say next? That's a bad date.
Oh, yeah.
But when it's just like...
Yeah, when it's just flow... No, totally. Yeah, and being like, what should I say? This is kind of awkward. Like, it's like there should... Why would that ever happen? Like, I think about that... Well,
because it is a stranger.
I know, but I just think about that in life in general. It's like, that should never be happening if we're compatible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's
I should never be
like... Actually, even with us,
oh, how many brothers do you have?
Imagine if on this podcast we were just like... Do you know what I mean?
No, but I feel like that's how boys kind of live. Like, I
don't think so.
That's why they talk about sports so much.
No,
that's
but
just a theory.
Interested in it. They like it. I like sports.
Do you like... What do you talk to your friends about?
The guys, sports, like...
Chicks, tits.
They don't talk about girls as much as we talk about boys. I'm sure of it.
I really don't talk about boys that much anymore.
Really? You've grown.
I just don't care anymore. It's because of what I just told you. It's like,
you have river.
I have river. I mean, I do if I'm seeing someone, then I'm talking about it, but I'm not talking about it otherwise.
What qualities do you feel like you're looking for? Anything specific?
Yeah, I mean, to me, like, I think at the top of my list is somebody who's good at communication and knows themselves, like, pretty well. Is like
in therapy?
Yeah, and just like is an evolved human being, is like at a point in their lives where they're emotionally in tune with themselves. They know who they are. They're smart and interesting, kind, Yeah.
You would think that would be so much to ask for. Or like you think that wouldn't be.
You would think that.
But it is.
It's a tall
That's
order,
like
honestly.
one of the hardest things. It'd be easier to just say I want a guy with a six-pack.
I've met a lot of guys who are really kind and funny and smart and they're just not in tune with themselves. And then it's like,
You can't get very far.
You can't get very far. It sucks because you can see. I hate when you see someone's potential and they might even be able to be like, I want to be this. I want to be more evolved, but they're not. And then they're scared or they're, I don't know, unsure of themselves. And then it's like,
There's only so much you can do to help them too.
no, and you don't want them. There's nothing you can do. It's like, okay, you need to be by yourself and do this by yourself if you ever do it.
Yeah. Or like you need to be in therapy. And a lot of guys will try and use you as their therapist, I've noticed.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you don't want to do that because guess what? You're just making them better for the next person.
You're so right. Any red flags? Like any immediate no. Deal breaker, I think, would be a better question.
Yeah. Deal breaker?
Has a car for me is a big one.
Has a car?
Need a guy to have a car.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I remember.
Yeah. I mean, somebody who's, and I hate to say this because I don't mean it like, I don't mean to be a shallow person in any way, but I think that the person needs to make either as much money as me or more.
Yeah.
Or be able to.
You don't want to be a sugar mama.
Because I was in my last relationship a bit where I felt like I felt guilty if I asked him to do, and it was like, I just don't want to be feeling like that.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Maybe
or like
that's
I've
sexist though,
Yeah, but so is the world.
Yeah, it's so true. Hey, so true.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Might as well be sexist.
Yeah, I've kind of leaned into some of the sexist stereotypes recently.
Interesting. Like what?
Like,
also, your hair looks like Julia Roberts' hair.
Oh my God, thank you. The Conair wand from Target 10 years ago. Are you on that train?
No, I was not. I don't ever do anything to my hair.
Okay. Maybe you should. I'm kidding.
I think my hair is amazing.
No, one of the times I went to HR is because we were doing makeup. Because you told me I needed to.
My hair's been up all day, so it looks crazy. When I do take
You look like a founding father.
God,
No, you have great hair.
Remember when I drew you and it was so ugly? I drew a
stick. Remember when someone said yes, sir, to me in person?
Someone came into the office and said, "Yes, sir." Were they even looking at you?
I don't think so. I think they were texting.
Oh my God. Your voice doesn't sound masculine.
I have the most high-pitched voice known to man.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, sexist stereotypes. I think I've been leaning. Okay, this is controversial. Not really. Not in my circle, but I think guys should pay for a first date. No questions asked.
I do too, but here's what I think. I think you should offer, and then they should say no. Actually, don't think.
I think it's a play of like, oh, can I pay? No.
Yeah,
no,
but
no.
there are some guys who I have seen will be like, sure, I'll split it with you.
I know.
And then I'm like,
scariest.
okay, I'm never going to see you again. And I'm fine with it. I'm fine to split the bill, but I'm just saying.
That will be the last thing I ever do.
I don't know. It just depends on the situation.
Okay. What would be an acceptable time for you to split the bill when you would go out with them again?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you would. Okay, my one exception.
Make a guy feel bad for not financial. Like what if they're like,
no, you don't have to make him feel bad, but he's not the person for you. He can go out with someone else.
You can go out with some other pauper.
Every pot has a lid.
Every pot has a lid is so stupid. I don't think I'm worried that my pot doesn't have a lid.
Don't talk about her that way.
Don't talk about my little lid like that. Hi, little lid.
I also think offering sometimes, like one time I offered to a guy that I met in person, a comedian. I would never do that again. That was at the beginning of my career.
Yeah.
And like he was like, let's go out to dinner. And it was obviously a date. Like I got all pretty. I was into him. And like we got there and I'm like, oh, like, can we split? And he looked at me and he's like, wait, I thought this was a date. And I'm like, oh, it is. I don't know. I just thought I was supposed to say that.
And what did he say?
And he's like, I mean, I wanted to pay for you.
Wait, I want to see if River will make some. River, what do you think?
Would you let a guy pay for you?
Would you let a guy pay for you on a first date? River, would you?
Does she
I'm
ever
trying to get
bark
some
on
little
command?
sounds. Bark on command? No.
We can put that in post. We'll have a less shy dog bark
Yeah.
for her in ADR.
Should we talk about love bombing? Because
Yes.
It
It's
is-
such an important thing to talk about,
it's
and I
like-
cannot tell
it
when
is
it's
like
happening
a
to
little
me.
high.
Yeah, it's the best thing.
You can't tell when it's happening to you?
I love being love bombed. It's the best feeling ever.
See, I get a little skeptical. Like, I'm like, why do you like me? You don't even know me yet.
It
But then-
depends.
And then I'm like, am I someone who just can't accept love? Or am I in tune with the fact that this person is putting what they want onto me? Because that's, I just am like, I'm struggling with that recently. But when I started dating again, is I'm like, okay, I'm trying to look for different types of people now that are not unavailable or bad for me. And
You've grown so much. You really have.
and now I'm like, okay, if they immediately like me, is that because they like me? Or is it because they have some image of me in their mind and they are projecting what they want onto me and they're love bomb, like they're auditioning? You know what I mean?
I think this is directly from my therapist's mouth.
You have to take
But
it slow, I think.
You want the pace of what's happening to match the pace. You want the pace of what's being said to match the pace of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for example, I was getting loved bombed by this guy, but we were barely hanging out, and it felt so off. And it was exactly what you're saying of, like, he was projecting something onto me. Like, we hung out 3 times in 2 weeks, which, like, is a pretty normal time frame for me to start dating someone. Like, I usually see him, like, twice in that first week, and then, like, Thanksgiving rolled around, and, like, we both went home, and we hadn't talked in like 4 days, and he sent me a text and he was like, hey, I'm so sorry I haven't talked in 4 days. In my mind, that was completely normal for us not to talk. Like, we were not together. We hung out 3 times. I was dating other people.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm so sorry I haven't reached out. I just want to let you know that I'm so thankful for you. There's been a lot of going on at work, and you're a breath of fresh air to me. I'm so
You're
happy
like,
I
mean
met
the thing that
you.
you think of me in your mind is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm a breath of fresh air. We've hung out 3 times, bro. Like, chill. And there was just a couple other things he said to me. Like, he was like, I think you're so perfect. And I was like, bro, you don't know me. Like, I'm not perfect.
Wait, so sounds like you're not good at being love bombed.
Well, but if, like, I've also had 2 weeks with a guy where we see, or like 3 weeks where we see each other like 7 times, and it's like playing house and you're having sleepovers.
I know.
That I like.
I know.
Because that's like,
It's
like,
hard.
we're married. Like,
I know.
we met 2 weeks ago,
And
but
this
like,
is it.
I know your favorite foods, and I know
I
where the
know.
toothbrushes are, and like where you keep everything. And
It's
like,
a dangerous.
that
that's
is
a dangerous
different.
game.
Because that actually feels real versus like a guy who I
know.
saw 3 times who's talking to me like he's giving wedding
Yeah.
vows.
Why does that feel real? Because then it fizzles out. Why is it?
I don't know though.
out?
My last 2 relationships started like that. Granted, they ended terribly, but like,
because that sort of happened.
'Cause I feel
to
like
me
when
with
you
this last
find-
thing, and I thought we were gonna start. Like, I thought it was gonna. I mean, I don't know. I thought if it had kept going on this track, it would have been.
yeah, because
a
on the one hand,
relationship.
it's like when you find it, doesn't it kind of happen fast?
Yeah, I know. That's how I felt. I don't know.
But I don't know.
I don't know. Why is it so hard to be in a relationship? It's so stupid. It's like so many people talk about it all the time.
I think when it's the right person, it is going to be easy. I have no evidence though, except the romance novels that I've been reading, which is a lot.
You know what I think is that I think that kind of stuff is actually what ruined my perception of it. It's just like truly like watching Disney movies and any movie, any rom-com where it's like they're going to save you from yourself and your sadness. It's like you run to them, they embrace you, they carry you up the stairs.
I wish.
And you're safe, and you are saved from yourself basically, and nobody's going to save you from yourself. And that's like I think that's just the
If you take nothing else from this, no one is going to save you.
no one is going to save you. They're not. You can't keep running from yourself by going to other people for it, you know?
I have a little lightning round of questions.
Okay, great.
So this is a segment on the show where I'm going to ask you lightning round, just this or this, dating preferences.
Okay, oh my God.
Or it's like, it's not dating preferences, but it's life preferences that your partner would fit into.
Okay.
You'll see.
Okay.
Okay. Dog person or cat person?
Dog.
For you. Okay. DoorDash or cooking together?
Cooking together.
Okay, on a weekend morning, do you want to be chill or active?
Weekend, chill.
Okay. When you vacation, do you want to go somewhere hot or cold?
Both. I would do both.
Okay, scary movie or rom-com?
Scary.
Nice.
Yeah.
We did it.
That was a good lightning round.
That was Date My Friend with our guest, Katherine Ellis.
And River. Woohoo!
And River. We did it.
Thank you so much for having me. Oop.